Consider the following imaginary scenario. Don, a retired widower in his 60s, lives alone in a suburban home. He has many friends, enjoys good health, is economically secure, and has no dependents. His hobby is gardening in the greenhouse attached to his home. The genius at making things grow, Don's home overflows with exotic plants and fresh flowers, and his tomatoes are legendary. Let us imagine further that Don, an adventurous and enterprising person, acquires some marijuana, coca, and poppy seeds, plants them in his greenhouse, nurtures the seedlings into mature plants, harvests them, and produces some marijuana, coca leaves, and raw opium. Much given privacy, Don does not even let a cleaning person in the home, although he could well afford it. Hence, there is no way for anyone, legally, to know about his miniature drug farm. Finally, let us assume that on an occasional Saturday evening, Don, alone at home, smokes a little marijuana or chews some coca leaves or mixes opium powder into his midnight tea. What has Don done, and how does American law, criminal and mental health law, regard him and his behavior? Ownership of land and buildings is a basic property right. Privacy, especially since Griswold v. Connecticut and Roe v. Wade, is also a basic right. Thus, Don has simply exercised some of his property and privacy rights, his right to land, his home, and the fruits of his labor in his own home. He has deprived no one of life, liberty, or property. Conventional wisdom and medical disinformation to the contrary notwithstanding, Don has not harmed himself either. Nevertheless, American criminal law now regards him as guilty of criminal possession and use of controlled and illegal substances, while American mental health law regards him as a psychiatric patient suffering from chemical dependency, substance abuse, personality disorder, and other psychopathological aberrations as yet undiscovered. Moreover, stigmatizing Don as a mentally sick person, possessing him of his home and imposing an astronomical fine on him, and incarcerating him as a dangerous offender, all of this is now considered to be perfectly legal and constitutional. At this point, the listener might wonder how legal scholars and justices of the Supreme Court reconcile such seemingly excessive, and hence cruel and unusual punishment with the Constitution.